Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game from 2024, an up-to-date chess game. Only for today I decided to show a recent chess game which is a pretty nice notable attacking chess game played by Nepomniachtchi with the white pieces and his opponent Anish Giri, two of the super chess grandmasters of today. And this chess game was played in St. Louis, United States in the Sinquefield Cup chess tournament in 2024. So, in my opinion, Nepomniachtchi is one of the most exciting chess players of today, as he has a very nice attacking style. So I highly enjoy some of his chess games, and this chess game is no exception. It is not an exception, so let's see what happened. Nepomniachtchi, who had the white pieces, starts the game with d4, knight to f6, and we have the Nimzo-Indian defense. So e3, black castled, and we have the Saemisch variation of the Nimzo-Indian defense. So capturing the knight, giving up the bishop, and damaging the pawn structure, pluses and minuses. We have d6, f3, so Nepomniachtchi is making a lot of pawn moves. According to the general principles of chess, making too much pawn moves in the beginning especially is not advised, but masters knows when to break the rules. So Nepomniachtchi is advancing with his h-pawn. We can also call the h-pawn Harry. He is moving forwards with Harry, full steam ahead. Bishop to h6, so first of all targeting the weakness, the isolated pawn. So lifting the rook up, so he can potentially swing the rook over and build a pretty impressive, very dangerous looking attack in the king side. So knight to a5, basically attacking the c-pawn 2 times, but Nepomniachtchi doesn't care about the pawns. He played g4, so pawn storm in the king side. Queen to c6 and then rook to g2. So Nepomniachtchi is building up his army in the king side. So potentially he wants to push his pawn and then moving forwards, opening the king side and checkmating the king. Piece of cake, easy peasy. So bishop takes, sacrificing the pawn. He doesn't care about the pawns. He is more interested in checkmating the king. So a very direct attack by Nepomniachtchi. Knight to e2, knight to d7. So Nepo is developing his knight, and then g5. We have e5 and then g6. So pawn takes and then pawn takes and sacrificing one more pawn. Actually white can capture the pawn. Black didn't want to close with pushing the h-pawn. Can you see what happens? Then bishop can smash in and then opening the h-file. So the queen is going to get in, and actually stopping this rampage attack is not going to be easy. So this is why we see rook takes on f3 and then capturing the pawn and hiding the king. But now doubling the rooks, and Nepomniachtchi is targeting on g7 and the king is looking vulnerable on h8. So what else? Rook goes back and defending, and then here comes a slashing lightning strike by Nepomniachtchi. Can you see that move? What would you do if you had the white pieces? Bishop to h6, of course. So he is sacrificing the bishop to open the g-file, and if not capturing the bishop, bishop takes pawn is going to be very dangerous. So capturing, and this is also dangerous. So basically bishop to h6 was a very strong move. So I'm going to make a silly move, h6. Then bishop takes on g7, rook takes, and white is much better. And if black dares to capture the pawn, then rook check, and this is getting checkmated like this. So bishop to h6, a very strong move, and then rook to g8. And if rook takes rook, then pawn takes rook, queen, checkmate. So this is the only defense, and then Nepo captured the rook. And basically he has the exchange, but black has 2 extra pawns, pluses and minuses. Knight to f6 and then d takes on e5. If capturing the pawn, maybe white can potentially get in, and how to defend the checkmate threat. It is not going to be easy. It is going to be tricky, and white is also controlling this open G file. Nepo didn't even castle. He didn't waste any time for castling. A very confident attack by Ian Nepomniachtchi. An extremely exciting chess game already. So knight takes on e4 and then queen to c1. Did you see the threat? Well, of course, Anish Giri saw the threat immediately and he played knight to g5. Let's play a random move. What would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? What did Nepomniachtchi had in his mind? Did you see the move? Okay, sacrificing the rook. King takes, only move, and then check. And basically black is getting checkmated and there is no defense, or rook takes queen is also going to be checkmate. So knight to g5, but then a hammer blow. Rook takes on g5. We have check. But if pawn takes, then queen takes, and this is very dangerous. Queen check, and then there is some sort of king hunting according to the computer chess engine. I don't want to show every move. Of course, it is going to take a lot of time, but basically black is getting checkmated and there is no sensible defense in this position. So also black doesn't have any useful checks. So we have check and forking the king and the rook, but now blocking with the rook, check, forking the king and the other rook, and then capturing, but now check, the light squares is looking very dangerous, the diagonal of death. So what else? Moving the king, and don't forget, the rook is controlling the open file, and the queen is getting in, attacking the rook, attacking the pawn, disaster everywhere, and the king is completely exposed. So what else? Queen to f8, and then e6, rook to e7. So pass pawns must be pushed. Nepo is pushing the pawn, and then rook to h1. Is this the final blow in this chess game? How to defend rook takes? So we have rook to h7, what else actually again, and then rook to f1, defending, and now rook to f7. And now Giri, of course, Nepo is threatening checkmate, so we have rook takes. If queen to g8, then check, and knight to h4, and basically there is no good defense. For example, if king to h7, then check, rook is pinned, and then check, checkmate, for example. So rook is getting in. This is also a very strong move. We have rook takes, pass pawn is also looking very dangerous. Queen check is not going to do much. So we have queen to f8, but after queen to f6, Giri resigned the art of the attack. The possible continuation, king to h7, after king to h7, knight to f4, and then I believe Giri resigned in this position, because there is no reasonable defense. Knight to e6 is coming and black can't defend this, and also this pass pawn is decisive. So in this position Giri resigned, a small mistake by me. So the possible continuation, a random move, because you can't stop this. I mean, you can't move the queen, you can't do nothing in this position, and then knight to e6, it's game over. So if defending the queen, then checkmate actually. And if queen to c8, something like this, a very silly move, of course. Queen to g7, checkmate. I was not joking when I told you that Nepomniachtchi is one of the most exciting chess players of today. And this chess game is no exception. He has so many chess games like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye-bye.